Here we are, the last 10 miles of Ride to India, and Dan Farrell is ahead of us, and we're pretty excited. 8,428 miles going across the globe to raise money for Faith and Deeds Children's Home. And I've got a full car here today. We've got Steve Brzezinski, who's going to be emceeing this thing today. Pretty excited to have him along.
Oh, this is a big day. Super excited to be here.
And then I'm going to introduce Shane Trowbridge, who is with Adam Grubb Media. And he's been the brains and the operations behind this whole video setup. This is pretty exciting. And then I wanted to give a shout out to Tom Wager of the Fishers Police Department, who's helping us out. He's trailing us today to make sure that everything is safe as we do this live broadcast. And then obviously the star of the show ahead of us here is Dan Farrell. So Dan, tell us how you feel about the last 10 miles here and this big journey of 8,428 miles.
I'll tell you what, it's pretty exciting. It's been a long journey and it's had its challenges, but you know of all the good things that are going to be done by that Faith and Deeds Children's Home. It's all going to be worth it. You know how they're going to be able to change lives there within the area and being able to complete their orphanage. I think it's an investment well done.
Well, we certainly appreciate all of your efforts. It's been a wonderful time. It's brought a lot of attention to the great ministry and orphanage of Faith and Deeds and everyone there. And so, on behalf of everyone of One Orange Foundation and all of our sponsors, I know we'll be talking about our sponsors as well during this drive. But we are very thankful for your efforts, and I can certainly see that you're looking at your calves from here. I can tell that you've been going quite a few miles.
Oh yeah, it's been a challenge, but it's been certainly worth it.
So one of the things I want to point out about to our audience is Dan really started this adventure, like the physical task of going this 8,428 miles. He started that back in January 1st. And so you think about, Indiana winters are not pleasant. This one happened to be a little milder, which was nice. But Dan, tell us about maybe the worst day of this year, and you're thinking, am I really going to do this? And, maybe it was a rainy day, a snowy day, but maybe you're just a trooper and you don't mind that kind of weather.
Well, by and large, I can pretty much take on the weather for the most part. But several weeks ago, there was a pretty bad lightning storm that was around the Sheridan area. Normally, I try to get like 3 hours of biking in on the Mountain Trail, then switch on over to the Midland Trace. But I got north of Westfield, and lightning was starting to come upon me. There was one bolt about, 100 yards ahead. So I turned around and started heading back. So, yeah, that's probably the most challenging time. Cold weather, you can pretty much layer up for that. And I got rain jacket for the rain, but when it comes to lightning, I don't like that.
No, not at all.
That's probably the most challenging.
So one of the things we're doing with this today, and maybe Steve, you can touch a little bit on it. What our goal is for today's, live stream, and just touch a little bit on some of the partners of this whole adventure.
Yeah, absolutely. Certainly, with this live stream today, we appreciate all of the sponsors that are with us and have made all of this possible. Certainly, first and foremost, you talk about the live stream, and we've got Shane Trowbridge with us from Adam Grubb Media, who's been a sponsor with us of this effort the entire time. One of the best and finest multimedia production companies in Central Indiana. So to have them partner with us on this endeavor. others that are involved, and we talk about streaming. So Gideo, or Gideo.tv, is one of our companies that is sponsored here. Gideo focuses on creating applications, apps, channels on devices. I guess the most popular streaming devices like Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, Android TV, etc. So we're happy to have Gideo as a sponsor. Of course, we have Imavex, which is our technology company that Gerald and I started about 20 years ago now. So
Yeah, long
we're in
time
our
ago.
21st year, and a ways into uh, Imavex, I guess from the beginning, we thought, well, we need a mission part of what we're going to do. What do we do to give back to our community? And one of those things is we started the One Orphan Foundation, which is turned into the One Orange Foundation. And having this probably one of the highlights of the many years that we've been doing this types of things. We've had our annual golf outing, 100 holes of golf we've done for a number of years. We've done a number of different things to raise funds. But this has been one of the most fun and exciting things that we've done in a long time. So we're kind of mixing it up, and we're thrilled to have Dan, just be a part of this with us. And man, it's been a long road, but we're happy to be on this last 10 miles here with him. We also have uh, Black
Blackbird Mission.
Blackbird Mission and Darren Earlywine as part of a sponsorship here. So thank you to Darren. Many of you know in Central Indiana, where the many ministry-related community things that Darren does, and so we're so thrilled to have Darren and Blackbird Mission with us. And I think lastly would be Inroads Analytics.
Yep.
Inroads Analytics is a technology company, software company that focuses on college admissions. That's the target audience. It's predictive analytics software to help colleges and universities attract, acquire, and retain students.
Yeah. Thanks, Steve, for going through all that. So one of the things we want to accomplish today is Dan has set a target of $50,000. And so, what we're encouraging people to do is to go to ridetoindia.org. I think that might be on the web on the live cast here, but go to ridetoindia.org and click on the donate button, and it'll take you out to the GoFundMe page. And really, we're just hoping to continue to make a dent in that target goal that Dan has put in place for raising money for the children at Faith and Deeds in India. So
talk a little bit about. So we're raising funds for Faith and Deeds. This is an organization that we've worked with for many years. I know you've taken mission trips over there. You've taken other friends and family that have gone with you over there. With this particular fundraiser, I know we set a high, Dan has set a high goal of $50,000 here. What types of things are we looking to help this orphanage out with the fundraiser?
Sure. So Faith and Deeds Ministry it has about 50 children at their home, and they've been in a rental property for the last 8-10 years, and really looking for a permanent home. So the One Orphan Foundation, prior to the One Orange Foundation, helped Faith and Deeds purchase land many years ago with one of our golf outings. And over that time, they've done a lot of work to build on the land. They've made it into farmland. They've put in infrastructure. Really, and the final goal there was to build a children's home and a school. And it's been neat because the community has been involved. It's not just a Faith and Deeds effort. It's not just the ministry here in the States. It's been a full community effort. And oh, hey, we got a call. So Faith and Deeds has over the last several years put together the plans for a children's home. They are about 80% of the way through it, and this $50,000 that we're trying to raise is to go towards completing that project. The structure of the building is complete. There's a lot of things that have to go on the inside to complete the process, and then really put a school together for not just the kids at Faith and Deeds, but also for kids in the community. And their whole ministry is focus on the gospel of Jesus and really creating disciples and really making a difference in their community. So it's a really neat ministry, something that I'm proud to be a part of, and Dan is excited to be a part of. And so Dan, just with touch base a little bit on why you chose Faith and Deeds, and why the 8,428 miles of riding.
Because the kids that go there have a real heart for the community, to reach out to meet the physical needs, but also the spiritual needs of the people there, regardless whether they be lepers or what they might be. So that really impresses me. And that's why I think that this is such a worthwhile project. And the 8,428 miles comes into play because that's the mileage from Fishers, Indiana to the Faith and Deeds Orphanage. So virtually I'm biking my way from Fishers, Indiana to the Faith and Deeds Orphanage. And it's really been an opportunity and a real privilege to be able to do that.
And Dan, if you wouldn't mind, tilt your camera up just a little bit so we can see your face a little bit better. And then I know you're concentrating on biking, but we want to see your beautiful face and let the audience see that too.
Okay.
Yeah, that's great stuff. So remember, if you want to donate today, and we'd appreciate any donation, reach our goal, help Dan reach the goal, and make a difference in the lives of so many kids. And at Faith and Deeds, it's the website is ridetoindia.org. www.ridetoindia.org. You can pull that up. It'll take you to the donation page. So I would love to have you visit that site today during this last 10 miles of this 8,000 plus mile trek from Fishers to the Faith and Deeds orphanage in India.
So if you're just joining us, we are live. We are the last 10 miles of this adventure from basically a virtual ride from Fishers, Indiana to the Faith and Deeds Children's Home in India. It's a long ride. Dan has been going strong since January 1st of this year, through the snow, the rain, and and he avoided lightning, which he wasn't too thrilled about. But he has been faithful in riding 60 to 70 miles a day. And his whole goal is to create awareness for the children at Faith and Deeds Children's Home, as well as to raise funds to help complete a children's home, a permanent place for the kids to call home, and to have a school. And what Dan has done is pretty epic, in my opinion. I haven't seen anything like this. Really, I don't know if I've ever seen anything like this. What do you think, Steve?
No, I mean, it's just, it's amazing. I mean, sometimes you'll have, like we've done events where we'll play 100 holes of golf in a day. And, that's, we think that's a big day, right? We're out for 10 to 12 hours and we're worn out and taking Advil for the next few days. But Dan's been at this for months, weeks, days, and has been committed. And it just shows his commitment to this cause, his commitment to the children at Faith and Deeds Children's Home in India. So no, I don't recall anything like it. And, we're thrilled to have whoever's following us online here today and following along. We're thrilled to have you. We're actually heading down. I think are we on 19? Is that
yeah, I think we're on 19. Yep.
Coming toward Noblesville right now, en route to Fishers. But I guess virtually we're on that last 10 miles that would be driving us right up to the Faith and Deeds Children's Home in India. So Indy to India. So
right.
No, it's great. And also want to mention Tom from Fishers Police Department is here with us, behind us, trailing, making sure that everyone is keeping safe. So we thank him for being with us as well.
Is it okay?
And so thankful to have him along. And again, just an exciting day for us, culminating in this really kind of a once in a lifetime type of event. We're thrilled to have Dan involved in all of his efforts throughout this time. And certainly, again, thankful for all of our sponsors that are part of this: Imavex, Gideo, Blackbird Mission, Inroads Analytics, and Adam Grubb Media as well. So thank you to all of our sponsors that have been part of this amazing effort. We're thrilled to have them involved, thrilled to have them helping Dan up there put some more meat on those calves. I'm not sure that he needs any more meat, but now it's Dan, tell us a little bit just about you. I mean, again, I know we don't always want to focus on age, but to me, this is pretty incredible what you've accomplished and just the stamina over these months. But talk a little bit about you. How old are you? I mean, this is a pretty amazing feat for somebody of your age. You probably think nothing of it.
You might need to keep talking. We're in that like bad.
Yeah, we're in that.
Are we?
We're in the dead spot.
Oh, we're in a dead spot. Oh, that's all right.
The stream's done.
Okay, got it. So I think Dan is maybe in a low spot here, cellular connection here, but anyway, it's pretty amazing. Dan, I hope when I am Dan's age, which really I'm not too far away from, be a few short years down the road, but really the stamina and health, and for him to be doing this and committed to this over these months. And is he 72?
72.
72 years old. Is very impressive, and I think that adds to the story that makes it even a overall better story. I mean, it's kind of like, it wouldn't be like we got Lance Armstrong out here, although I'd take Dan over Lance Armstrong, but it's not like we've got this young buck out here. We've got somebody who is really committed to the cause, committed to the mission, committed to the children's home and faith and deeds, and has taken it upon himself to help us with this great fundraiser. And speaking of fundraiser, of course, we'd love to have you visit ridetoindia.org, ridetoindia.org. Make a donation today to help us reach our goal of $50,000. Gerald can maybe touch a little bit more too of the money that we're raising. What is it going for? I mean, that's the one thing that I think is key to know is none of this money is staying here.
Right.
This money goes to the home to help the children. We have no additional administrative costs. There's no staffing costs. What we raise with this effort, 100% of it goes to help children and the home.
Yeah, absolutely. So the biggest need at the children's home is really just completing the new home that's being built, and structurally, it's a beautiful new facility. I would encourage you to go out to faithanddeeds.org and kind of visit what they're doing. Yeah, so there's just some of the finer things to finish at the children's home to make it so the kids can be occupied in that home. But there's it's a great vision for the property, great vision for the home and school that will be going into this new facility. So that's really what this money is being raised for. And I just want to point out again there's a lot of you talked about this with the 100 holes of golf, and that's one day of kind of epic proportions of going and playing golf. But to wrap our minds around what Dan has done over the last few months, it was not uncommon for Dan to get out of bed at 3 and 4 in the morning and start his day off with a 40-50 mile ride, and then go to work all day, still working full time. And then at the end of the day, he would jump back on and do another 10, 20, 30 miles to complete his day. I think his goal on a daily basis, was around 60 to 70, maybe 80 miles. And here we are, September 3rd. It's taken him 9 months. And, Dan has expressed to me, I mean, I think that Dan is committed to raising this $50,000. And he said, I'm just going to keep riding. He's like, I'm going to see if I can get maybe back across the earth by the end of this year. I don't know if we can do it or not. I think 12,000, 13,000 miles, I think, is maybe a personal goal he's set. But I do know that he's committed to getting this money raised. And so we'll keep advertising the fact that he's doing this, and he's still working his tail off all the way through the end of the year. It's inspiring for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we are coming through downtown Noblesville again. For those of you maybe just joining us, we are the last 10 miles of 8,000 plus miles from Fishers, Indiana to, what is the exact miles? 8,400?
8,428 miles. And that's
8,428 miles from Fishers to the Faith and Deeds Children's Home in India. And so we are following this last 10 miles live with Dan Farrell. We have Tom. What's Tom's last
Tom
name?
Waker.
Tom Waker from Fisher Police Department is behind us, also keeping us safe. So we thank Tom for being along. Again, I'll always want to point out our sponsors that have been sponsoring this throughout. Imavex and Gideo and Adam Grub Media, Blackbird Mission, as well as Inroads Analytics that have been part of this endeavor as an extension of One Orphan Foundation, and now what we refer to as a One Orange Foundation. So we are thrilled to have all of you along. Please go to ridetoindia.org and help us, help Dan raise these funds. Would love to let you know a little bit too about Faith and Deeds Children's Home. Gerald and other employees and staff and family members have done mission trips over there. And I know when you go on these mission trips over there, you go to serve and you go to encourage and you go to uplift and inspire and all of those things. But what really ends up happening? Tell me a little bit about that, because isn't it almost the opposite effect?
Yeah, it really is. Actually, when we go, the first time I went, I was, pretty much blown away by the faith of these kids, ranging from, 4 or 5 years old all the way up to, now about 20, 22 years old. And, the kids are focused on, they have every right to be a victim, but that's not their focus. They've been redeemed by Christ, and they want to in turn, they want to tell people the good news, and they want to love their community well. And the way they do that is through discipleship. They go and pray over people in their communities. They serve them food. One of the things that really inspired me was just, they're there to serve. And, we went to a leper colony, and, they were helping wash wounds and love these people well. And, it really has challenged me when I come back to the States of how am I serving my community? How am I being the hands and feet of Christ to the people in my community? And so that every year I go, it's a shot in the arm to really just inspire me to want to make a difference. And these kids have become an extension of my family. I had the opportunity to take my son Grant, who is 17, this past January, and when I told him he was going to go and basically, meet an extension of his family, and he fell in love with the kids too, and he's excited to go back. And everybody I've taken loves the experience, loves meeting these kids, and they really do see him as family. And so I just I love these kids, and I'm excited to share my extended family with Dan and with our sponsors, and really with my my community and my friends. So
yeah, it's pretty amazing how you go and you're going to serve, and which you do, but the effect of those trips, the effect on you, it ends up being that the kids end up being who ends up ministering to you and encouraging you because of their selfless, their servanthood, their giving, they're serving their community and those less fortunate in their community. So pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah, so if you're just joining us, we're on our last 10 miles of this 8,428 mile journey that Dan Farrell has taken upon himself. Dan is in the process of trying to raise $50,000 for the Faith and Deeds Children's Home in India. His goal is to really help finish the project of a new children's home building that is being built currently. They're in the final process and final stage. And really to finish off the project, the $50,000 would go a long way towards supplies, workers in the community who are helping build this facility. And so, yeah, that's the goal of today. And the ridetoindia.org. If you go there and click on the donate page, It'll go to GoFundMe that we've set up, and that money goes directly to Faith and Deeds, and they'll use that money to finish that home and really expand the kingdom of God. And we're blessed to be on this journey with Dan. This is Dan's brainchild, really. He came to me back in the summer of 2019, said, I want to do something with my biking. I want to do something that's epic. I want to raise money. And so we brainstormed together. We came up with this little adventure, and Dan took it upon himself to, ride this long journey. At the age of 72, still working full time, gets up at 3, 4 in the morning, rides 60, 70 miles a day. I'm inspired. All right. What about you, Steve?
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. So, Dan, how is it going this last 10 miles here? How is it going today? Beautiful day. How are you doing today?
It's really exciting to know that this part of the journey is about to reach its finishing point. It's been quite an effort, but certainly been worthwhile. And you know that the hearts and minds will be changed over there in India through faith and deeds.
Absolutely. Well, we certainly appreciate your efforts. It's a beautiful day here in central Indiana, and we're thrilled to have you on board. For those of you who are watching, Gerald Stanley and I are in the car, along with Shane Trowbridge is in the car as well, from Adam Grub Media, and he's helping us with our live streaming. Adam Grub Media, one of our sponsors, but we're cruising along. How far along are we? Oh, somebody else is calling. Thought I had put that on a silent.
We have about 4 miles left of this journey, so that puts us at 8,424 miles. I know Dan knows the exact numbers, but I think we have about 4 miles left. We're going to end up finishing around, looks like around 12:40 maybe. So yeah, we're pretty excited, and hopefully at the finish line we'll have a little crowd that'll congregate together and just kind of celebrate this monumentous task and thing that Dan has put together today.
All right. So if you're just joining us and you'd like to help Dan and us with this endeavor, please go to ridetoindia.org, ridetoindia.org, and you'll be taken to a GoFundMe page. Dan has put a goal of raising $50,000 for the children's home Faith and Deeds in India. And I think it's always important to point out that 100% of what we raise goes to affect lives, and nothing's being kept outside of that. There's no staff. 100% of these funds do go to the kids and to raise funds. And just a momentous day here. Dan has been on a journey of 8,428 miles from Fishers, Indiana, to Children's Home, Faith Children's Home in India. And we are cranking away. We're about 3.5 miles yet to go on this journey. And Dan has been a tireless just worker going through this over the years. Dan, talk a little bit about being able to accomplish something like this at age 72. I know it's just a number, but to be able to do that at age 72, how does that make you feel? That's all right.
Maybe ask a question.
So as you can see here, we're following Dan Farrell on the drive here. Dan, can you hear me?
I think it cut out a little bit, but that's all right.
Okay. Hey Dan, this is Steve and Gerald. Can you hear us? We may have lost a little connection here. We're dealing with some cell technology here, so sometimes it might be a little hard to. That's right. It's all good. It's all good. Well, we definitely appreciate Dan being 72 years old. I always thought it was good in my age to play 100 days of golf in a day, and Dan has pushed himself to bike 8,428 miles from January till now, culminating of September 3rd, because he has a vision, he has a mission, and he wants to affect lives, and he knows that many great things that the folks at Faith and Deeds does at their children's home in India. And for Gerald and I, this has been a many-year relationship with Faith and Deeds, and so we have we've had golf tournaments and raised funds for Faith and Deeds. We helped them buy some land a number of years ago, and number of different things that we've done. And sometimes it's just like buying a swing set, buying some toilets, buying some sinks, things that you would think that are just But I remember early on one of the photos that we got back from the children's home in India, and it just touched my heart. Is we had helped them buy land, and we got this picture of I don't know, say 30 to 40 kids standing in brown water, big smiles on their face, and it just made a world of difference. And you see some of the efforts that you put into place to come to fruition, and you see the graciousness of these kids that you're like, wow, when you're going through that, and when you can have an effect that just like it mentioned, it has an effect on me, it has an effect on you as a person, to see how gracious these kids are for something so simple, or that maybe we take for granted each and every day living in the United States.
Absolutely. We've had a few technical difficulties just because of going through some dead spots in our internet connection, but Shane is taking good care of us at Adam Grubb Media. He's helping out and making sure that we have a live stream, and this is pretty exciting. I'm pretty pumped about this. We've only got a few miles left here. If you wouldn't mind just visiting righttoindia.org, actually, Adam Grubb Media and Shane put together a really nice video. It kind of explains a little bit about Dan's mission here. And it's a beautiful video. It talks a lot about why Dan chose Faith and Deeds. It talks about where the money's going. So this has been a 9-month adventure. I started on January 1st. For those who are just joining us, monumental for sure. I don't know that I could have done it. It might have taken me 2 to 3 years to do 8,428 miles. But kudos to Dan for his hard work and his efforts, and we're pretty excited to do this adventure with him. Hey Dan, if you can hear me, would you mind tilt the camera up just a little bit so we can see your face?
Sure.
And yeah.
All right.
Oh, good. So we got Dan back a little bit. Not going live on there. Okay. Okay. So here we go. We're about the last here. Up in Fishers, in the downtown Fishers. We're going to celebrate with a few people. Might need to. Dan's a fast. He's a fast rider, so we might need to text people to tell them to show up a little bit earlier.
That's so true. I just wanted to let everyone know that Gerald Stanley is here, Steve Brzezinski this week, along with Shane Trowbridge, who's our technician, helping us with the live stream from Adam Grubb Media. Tom from the Fishers Police Department is behind us. And of course, Dan Farrell, the star of the day, is right out in front of us and completing his 8,428-mile trek from Fishers to the Faith and Deeds Children's Home in India. So, Dan, how's it going?
Oh, so far so good.
Awesome.
Beautiful
Good.
day. Can't beat that.
Hey, we can hear you, so
Oh, we
that's
can hear
great.
me?
Yeah, yep, we can hear you. So one of the questions I asked a little while ago when you couldn't hear me or we couldn't hear you is, we're just very impressed. I know age is just a number, right? It's how you feel. But how do you feel? Tell us about your age and being able to accomplish this for the what that makes you feel like to be able to accomplish this trek for the children's home in India.
Yeah, a few weeks ago I turned 73 is what it amounts to. And it's one of those things that you think, well, you're still around, why can't you do something that's going to help other people out? So, like what's been said before, like love of biking, and be able to see the need there, faith and deeds, being able to marry the two together. And really glad to be able to do that at my age, try to be healthy as I can be, and certainly biking all these miles helps along those lines as well.
Sure. So you started the trek out at 72. You've turned 73, and again, for those that don't know, Dan started this trek out in January. We're culminating in the final 10 miles here, live streaming, um, 8,428 miles. And pretty exciting day for all of us. Exciting day for Dan. I mean, this was his vision. He came to us to see, well, what can we do to help raise some funds and help the Faith and Deeds Children's Home in India. Again, so thank you, Dan. I mean, this is an exciting day for us, culminating here, and we'll have a celebration here shortly. So we do thank you for all of your efforts.
So,
Thanks
just
for
glad
all
I
the
could
people.
take advantage of the opportunity. And
Yeah, absolutely. I do want to thank the people who have joined us on the live stream today. I hope you have enjoyed watching this last 10 miles, whether you popped in and off here and there. This has been an exciting adventure for us. And so just another 2 or 3 miles, and we'll do a little celebration with the kid, with the group of family and friends who just want to celebrate with us. This is pretty exciting. So we're heading down through Harrison Park here in Fishers. It's been a great day. It's a beautiful day. We're a little worried about the weather early on in the week, but it turned out to be beautiful. Not any rain, which is exciting. So a couple of shout outs to our sponsors for this monumental task that Dan's put together. I want to thank Adam Grubb Media, all the hard work that Shane's put into this, and their team. I want to thank Blackbird Mission and Darren Earlywine. Did a podcast early on and really, disseminated the message of what Dan Farrell is trying to accomplish and the mission of Faith and Deeds. I want to thank Steve, my business partner of 20 years, and Gideo and their participation in this. The great folks at Imavex, we'll get to see some of them here at the finish line. And then Inroads Analytics, a proud sponsor, new company that jumped in and wanted to be a part of this. So I don't think I missed anybody. Did I, Steve?
No, I don't think so. Just and thank you to all of you who have sponsored. If you haven't sponsored yet, then wish to be a part of it, you can go to ridetoindia.org and help Dan and help us with our fundraising. We definitely would appreciate that. Dan would appreciate it, and most importantly, Faith and Needs Children's Home and the many children out there, the effect that we will have upon their lives and the lives that they affect would be key. So we do thank you for being a part of this live stream today. We're very excited to be in this last 10 miles, actually probably the last mile or two right now at this point. So Dan's cranking away. You can see him on the screen, and he's been at it for a number of months. Very impressive. Nothing like I've ever seen before. 8,428 miles started in January, and he has a passion for these kids. Again, I know age is just a number, but he has done this over the past almost 9 months at age 73. So I'm not sure what that makes me feel like, but I'm just very proud for him and proud of the ministry.
So Dan, I know that you've mentioned going about 12,000 miles this year. This is just another biking day for you. But tell us about what this means to you to accomplish. This first goal of 8,428 miles.
Well, the type of thing in which it has been very, very challenging, but when you know of what it's going to be going for, really makes it all the more meaningful. And you're willing to put everything you have into it in order to make it happen, especially when you know that it's going to be changing lives over there in India. It's going to be bringing smiles on their face, and then being able to reach out to the leper colonies and provide for the physical and spiritual needs for the people there makes it all worthwhile.
Now, have you had to use a lot of ibuprofen over the past 9 months?
Not yet. So
Okay.
far, so good in
Wow.
that respect. So glad for that.
That's awesome.
So, on a single day, what was your longest mileage that you've done during this 9 months?
I think a couple of days. Usually, I was trying to get in about 60 miles a day, and sometimes 70. And I think a few days I hit 80.
Wow,
So,
that's amazing.
yeah. So anyway, glad for being able to do that. Just a great opportunity to be able to look at the world and a lot of the issues that are going on, and being able to do something more constructive beyond what the conditions are. So glad for the opportunity, and glad for the team, glad for all the donors that have been able to support this effort. Much, much appreciated.
Yeah, we do. I do. That's a good point. I want to give a shout out to all of our donors so far. We've had some really great participation, and we're so appreciative of those who have donated and come alongside Dan and support him and his efforts. And we have people calling off the hook. They're excited about the end of this thing. They're wanting to get in on the action at the end here. So everybody's calling us.
Yeah, we are using some cellular technology with our mobile phones on this trip. Thanks for Shane Trowbridge's expertise and Adam Grub Media for helping us out. Of course, they're one of our sponsors of this event. But again, we're working with cell phones, and people are kind of excited, want to be part of it, so they keep calling us during this time. So it's fun.
It's more like a telethon.
Yeah, it is exactly.
Call in and give us your donation over the phone, right?
That's so true. That's so good. So Dan, during these last 9 months here, any close calls on the safety side of things? I know biking can be a little treacherous at time, or have you been healthy and safe the whole time?
Yeah, I've been very, very fortunate. Definitely God's hand has been upon me in terms of protecting me. I've been trying to stay primarily on the Mona trails as well as Midland Trace, just try to stay out of the traffic for the most part. But really, really important to make sure that you're as visible as possible. Got your helmet, mirror, flashing lights, all those types of things I think are a big help. Plus, usually when I be biking, be early in the morning, so there's not a whole lot of traffic then. Then late in the afternoon in the country roads. So again, not much traffic there. So it's one of those things that involves risk management, what it boils down to, one way or another.
Sure. And the bike and tires, everything is held up for you through the months?
Yeah, it really has for the most part. I mean, I've had to change out tires here and there and a few flats, but by and large, it's all worked out. So very, very grateful for that.
That's great.
So if you could visit www.ridetoindia.org and let's sponsor Dan. Let's really help him meet his goal of $50,000. So Dan, this is pretty epic. How do you top yourself next year in 2021? Can you do something crazier and bigger than this, or is this about the pinnacle? I mean, this is pretty epic.
Yeah, we'll see how things work out, but really, I figured it out, and if I'm able to continue to do the 60 miles a day, say 5 days a week, to the end of the year, that'll put me between 12 and 13,000 miles.
Wow.
And if I do the same thing next year, that would be around 25,000 miles, which is the circumference of the world. So
that's awesome.
So basically, it'd be like I'm virtually riding around the world. If I'm able
Wow.
to, so the way you look at it, I'm already a third of the way there.
Yeah.
So
that's amazing. We'll definitely keep tracking that and telling your story and really continue to help try to raise that $50,000 goal that you put in place. And if it takes going around the world, I think your heart, mind, and soul is dedicated to it, and it's very inspiring for sure.
Yeah, I'm happy to do it.
Yeah, thank you, Dan, for all you've done and the inspiration that you've provided us and so many by this trek. And we'll, like Gerald said, we'll continue to be a part of it and follow you into the future as well. And we're going to do all we can to help you raise this $50,000.
Much appreciated. To you and all the donors, all the sponsors as well.
Well, we're coming up on our last quarter mile here. This is pretty exciting. It's pretty momentous occasion. Got to be a little bit emotional, doesn't it, Dan?
Oh yeah, that's for
Yeah.
sure. For
Yeah,
everything
this
that's
is
been put into this, all of the hard work and weather and everything else. But keep chugging along here.
Yeah.
Finish off where we started.
Yep. Let's finish off what we started, and we're taking our final turn here. And we got some fire truck action here, so we'll take them right on cue. They came. That's right. Racing awareness. Oh, we got two of them. That's right. This is just a part of the celebration, Dan. You probably can't hear us. It's so loud. Well, that was
entourage.
That's your entourage. That's right.
That's right.
That's
kind of like the flyover at a major sporting event. They were just a little off cue.
Yeah, a little off cue. That's all right. So we're heading into the downtown Fishers area. This is where we'll finish this epic adventure with Dan, and we're going to celebrate. And again, if you would be so kind as to go to ridetoindia.org and make a donation to help raise funds for Faith and Deeds Children's Homes. I know Dan would be much appreciative. I know the crew in this car has put a lot of time and energy and effort into this, and we'd be excited to have you to be a part of this journey with us. And here we are. This is pretty neat. And yeah, I'm getting a little emotional.
Yeah, coming into the Nickel Plate District, and I can't imagine the emotion that's going through Dan's mind right now because he's put in all the work. We've been riding in a car for 10 miles, the last 10 miles, yet Dan is finishing up mile 8,428 right now that he is committed to from back in January. So congratulations, Dan. Thank you for being such an inspiration.
So go to the next parking lot, Dan, and I think that's where we'll have a little crew here to celebrate. Oh, there they are. Yeah, this is exciting. So we can pull in off to the right. We got a little bit of a celebration up here on the left. This is exciting stuff. and a little crew to welcome you home here, Dan.
Tell you what, that'll get you a little teary-eyed emotion right there.
Yeah, cool. This is pretty exciting.
Cool. Thank you so much for everyone that has come out and welcome Dan back, and thank you for Dan for being such an inspiration, and what a momentous occasion. So we are so thrilled, and again, thank you for everyone of joining us today on this live stream. Visit ridetoindia.org to make a donation today. We thank you for all of our sponsors that have been along with us of this entire trek. So thank you so much. It's been a great day, and thank you, Dan Farrell.
Yeah, let's go over and just talk to Dan real quick and just how he's doing, and this is pretty exciting. So we got was that pretty exciting, Dan? What do you think?
Oh yeah, very, very exciting. Very, very challenging, but it's a beautiful day. And just thankful for God for protecting me the whole way. Thanks for all the sponsors to make this happen. The donors, to know that this is going for such a great cause. It's going to change the world over there in India. So just really appreciate it all the way around.
Yeah, this is great. And then here comes your celebratory crew here. Thank you guys for celebrating with us. This is pretty exciting. And so we're just very thankful for this day. And so, again, if you could head out to ridetoindia.org and help Dan meet his goals, we'd really appreciate it. So I think we're so thankful. Thank Adam Grubb, and we'll thank Shane again for all his help. Thanks, Steve, for participating. Thanks, our celebratory group back here. And so long, everybody. Thanks for being a part of this. Wow.
Yeah, boy. Thanks so much for everything.
Yeah, this has
Putting it
been
all
neat.
together.
Yeah.